Saturday morning. Thank you so much for coming and giving us this association of chanting the holy names of the Lord. To motivate us to continue in our Japa, I'd like to read a small inspiration. This is from the book Nectarian Ocean of the Holy Name by His Holiness Sachinandan Swami, which is based on the book Harinam Chintamani by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Here he says, living with the holy name, becoming a servant of the holy name, one must come to the understanding that the holy name of the Lord and the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself are identical. One cannot reach this conclusion unless one is offenseless in chanting the holy name. By our material calculation, we see a difference between the name and the substance. But in the spiritual world, the absolute is always absolute. The name, form, quality, and pastimes of the absolute are all as good as the absolute himself. As such, one is understood to be an eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he considers himself an eternal servant of the holy name, and in this spirit distributes the holy name to the world. One who chants in that spirit without offenses is certainly elevated to the platform of understanding that the holy name and the personality of Godhead are identical. The holy name becomes manifest when one engages in the service of the holy name. This service in a submissive attitude begins with one's tongue. Sevun mukehi jihvado. One must engage his tongue in the service of the holy name. Our Krishna consciousness movement is based on this principle. We try to engage all the members of the Krishna consciousness movement in the service of the holy name. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 8.16 purport. So let us continue with that spirit of serving the Lord with our tongue and trying to be offenseless. Simply chant, as Prabhupada said, just chant and hear. Let nothing come in between those two things. And in that way try to be offenseless so that we can understand how holy name and Krishna are not different. Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram Ram Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Oh, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Hare Krishna,
Nityananda
Hare
Shri Advaita
Krishna, Hare
Gadadhara
Ram, Hare Ram,
Sivasadi
Ram
Gaura
Ram, Hare
Bhakta
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Sit
Ram, Ram
properly.
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya
Ram.
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Hare
Gadadara
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Vasa
Krishna, Krishna
Guru
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram. Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram
So just take a small pause here, and I'd like to read this question and answer to you. This is a question on how to overcome indifference and distraction. While chanting the holy name, the devotees very often struggle with the anarthas of indifference and distraction. What remedies do the scriptures and acharyas suggest in order to overcome these two serious obstacles? The answer: in order to overcome indifference to any activity, one firstly has to become aware of the significance of that activity. Hence, if we are negligent in executing a devotional service, we should remember the unique chance of coming into contact with Krishna by chanting. And what he said next was really very deep, I felt. According to the Harinam Chintamani, there are only two spiritual objects in this world. First ourselves, the Jiva souls, and then the holy name. Consequently, nothing better can be had in the material nature than the holy name, the Lord Himself, in the form of transcendental sound vibration. Everything else is dull matter. Now we might wonder, right? We hear so many ways of that everything is spiritualized. The deity, when the deity is installed, or even if not installed, because it is following the scripture, the deity is spiritual. Similarly, Tulasi Devi is spiritual, right? So the temple is spiritual. But what I understood from this particular explanation is that the material with which the Supreme Absolute Truth is made, which we cannot say it's a material, it's something very subtle which we cannot understand, but it is there. That same quality, that transcendence is there in the holy name, because the holy name is non-different than Krishna himself. So just like we cannot understand Krishna with our material senses, we cannot understand the holy name with our material senses. But does not mean that the spiritual value is not there. It is that spirituality, that subtle transcendental nature of the holy name that actually transforms us. And in comparison to that, everything else really in the material realm is dull matter, because it does not give us the connection with the spiritual energy. But the holy name gives us that connection, right? So that is why if we just put ourselves, like analogy Prabhupada gives, that how when an iron rod is put into a fire, after some time, if you put that iron rod and touch somewhere else, it can burn just like the fire would burn. The quality of that has been transformed as good as the original fire. Although it is not the fire, it's an iron rod. But the understanding we can get out of this is, if we just put our consciousness in the fire of the holy name, then we will understand and realize our spiritual nature and no longer operate on the material platform, because the quality of the holy name is such that it can transform our consciousness. So really that is the essence of our existence, to understand who we are. Who am I? Who's that spirit soul within, what I'm experiencing, that I have been experiencing for millions of lifetimes, irrespective of the bodies that I've got. I'd also like to ask if there are any realizations that you all have had while chanting. If you want to share, we can take a minute.
Yellow mic. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for the nice points. While chanting, I was thinking about indifference and distraction. I was like, there are so many benefits of chanting the holy names, and every time we touch the material energy, I get burnt. Still, I'm not able to chant wholeheartedly. Why? And then I like what you read just now, where where it is said that we should understand the significance, and that we directly come in contact with Krishna when we chant. So it was very nice, very powerful. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Anyone else would like to say something? Would you like to say something? Is it turned on? Just press the button. Green? Press and hold.
Thank you so much for the explanation. Connection with Krishna has been very important for me. And that consciousness that each one of us carries a gift and that connection. And that coming here has given me a stronger connection within myself and source energy, Krishna. It's just beautiful. Thank you, Krishna, for the invitation, and thank you very much for the explanation. I feel it. It's almost like it's been in my soul. And so I'm at home. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for that heartfelt realization that we feel at home, isn't it? Because finally we are where we belong, in that spiritual realm. And the subtle energy, even in the modern world, we can experience how the sound energy, which is the most subtle, it carries communication across the globe. So this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is our communication to reach the spiritual world. So with that in mind, let's continue our chanting for some more time.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Sit
Ram Hare
properly.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Ram
Nityananda
Ram
Shri
Hare
Advaita
Hare
Shri
Krishna Ram
Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Ram, Hare
Nityananda
Ram,
Shri
Ram,
Advaita
Ram, Hare
Gadadara
Krishna,
Shivasari
Hare Krishna,
Gaura
Hare
Bhaktivinoda
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram, 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 Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Jai
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Jai
Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare So Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna.
Let's get ready for Darshanarti, 7:15. You can continue till then, but we'll just transition to that.